Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode what the big corporations are really saying. And today we're diving into Dr. Horton Inc's latest report. It looks like they held their annual stockholder meeting recently. And while that might sound dry, there are some interesting takeaways about who is running the show and how things are looking on the financial front. So buckle up because we're about to pull back the curtain on their shareholder decisions and what they might mean for the future. And hey, before we get too deep, if you love getting these kinds of insights straight from the source, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, we have a fantastic Discord community where we break down these filings even further. You can find the link in the description below. Alright, so this is a current report, basically an update on what is happening with the company. The big event here is the annual meeting of stockholders that happened on the 15th of January 2026. Dr. Horton Incorporated is the company we're looking at, and they're a big name in home building. This report details what happened at their meeting. At this meeting, stockholders had a few key things to vote on. First off, they needed to elect 8 board members, people who will be making big decisions for the company. Then there was a vote on the company's executive pay, kind of an advisory vote, so a say on pay situation. And finally, they voted to confirm who their independent accountants will be for the upcoming fiscal year, that is Ernst & Young LLP. Now, let's get to the numbers. There were over 291 million shares of common stock that could be voted, and almost 270 million shares were actually represented at the meeting, either in person or by proxy. That is a pretty good turnout, which shows investors are engaged. First up, the election of directors. This is pretty standard stuff. All 8 director nominees received a very strong for vote, meaning the shareholders are happy with the current leadership. For example, David V. Auld got over 242 million for votes with only about 5 million against. The other nominees also saw overwhelming support. This generally signals that the company's strategy and execution are seen positively by those holding its stock. No surprises here, which can be a good thing for stability. Next, the executive compensation vote. This is where shareholders give their non-binding opinion on how much the top executives are being paid. The results here were also quite positive, with over 229 million for votes compared to about 18 million against, while this isn't binding. A strong for vote suggests that most shareholders feel the executive pay is reasonable given the company's performance. It is always interesting to see if there is a significant number of votes against, which can sometimes be a signal of shareholder dissatisfaction, but that wasn't the case here. And lastly, the ratification of Ernst & Young LLP as the independent registered public accounting firm. This is crucial for trust and transparency. Shareholders overwhelmingly approved this with over 268 million for votes. This means the shareholders are comfortable with Ernst & Young reviewing the company's financial statements. It is pretty rare for this to be voted down, but it is an important part of corporate governance. So, looking at the overall picture from this meeting, Dr. Horton Incorporated seems to have its shareholders' confidence when it comes to leadership and financial oversight. The votes show a strong consensus on the direction the company is headed and the people guiding it. It is a clean sweep for the proposals, indicating that the management has done a good job communicating their strategy and performance to the investors. From a Warren Buffett perspective, you look for companies with solid management and clear strategies. The overwhelming votes in favor of the directors and executive compensation suggest that the board and management are seen as competent and aligned with shareholder interests. The ratification of the auditors is also a good sign for financial integrity. While this report doesn't give us raw financial numbers for the quarter itself, it does tell us about the governance and shareholder sentiment, which are foundation pieces we look for in any investment. The stability indicated by these results is often a precursor to consistent performance. What stands out to me is the lack of significant opposition on any of these key votes. In a world where shareholder activism is common, a report like this with such strong backing for management and proposals usually means the company is on a stable footing. The broker non-votes are also worth noting. They represent shares held by brokers who haven't received instructions from the beneficial owners on how to vote. The consistent number across all proposals, at over 21 million, suggests a predictable block of shares that weren't actively directed. So, what does this all mean for Dr. Horton Incorporated? Well, the report from their annual meeting indicates strong shareholder confidence in the current leadership and their financial reporting. This is a positive sign for investors looking for stability and good governance. The lack of major issues being raised suggests that the company is navigating its business smoothly and that its strategic decisions are broadly accepted by its owners. While we didn't see a deep dive into the financial results themselves in this particular filing, This aspect of corporate governance is a crucial indicator of a healthy company. Alright, that is our breakdown of Dr. Horton Incorporated's latest filing update. What is your take on these shareholder votes and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps. And subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description where we can continue this conversation. Thanks for watching. See you next time.